Good morning, YouTube. Welcome to another episode of, what's the show called? It's a Matter of Fact with your boy Matt, the funny man. If you guys don't know who I am, I'm that guy that makes videos on the internet that occasionally also streams on Twitch. Now that we got introductions out of the way, how are you guys doing? I always like to start this off by just asking how you guys doing. I can wait a minute while you tell me about your day. That's good. Oh, man. What a world we're living in, right? Oh, that felt great. So, let's see. Nothing going on with work. Just, we had a pretty organized theft at work a couple days ago. I think it was like maybe Saturday. It was Saturday or Friday. I'm thinking it's Saturday though. Where? Look, excuse me. It was like these three guys. Three guys had like 2 carts full of shit. But it was hard for our loss prevention guy to kind of be like, hey, are those guys stealing? Because, you know, with in Vegas anyway, kids are going back to school on the 12th. So a lot of people are just stuffing their carts like full of like, you know, back to school shit, like backpacks, kids' clothes, and all that. So it's kind of hard to, you know, like predetermine like, hey, that guy's like really stuffing this cart. So you're gonna walk out with it? So I mean, it was the perfect crime. But when because I noticed the guys too, and I was like, yeah, I was like, because he was like, hey man, customer service those guys. I'm like, all right. And I was like, no, just look like they're just back to school shopping. Pretty much everyone that got like, you know, saw them, that we all assumed that they were just doing back to school shopping because it was like kids' clothes and shit like that. But no, man, lo and behold, heard the emergency exit go off. We reviewed the cameras, and the fucking pieces of shit are fucking high-fiving each other and shit, play fighting before they walk out the door. Like, man, what pieces of shit. Congratulations, you stole from a discount store. Congratulations. You know, it's not a bank, it's not a Gucci store, you know, it's not Foot Locker, but congratulations. You stole from the same place that's just as equivalent as Ross. Congratulations. And you already know how these people steal our clothes and shit just to sell them. You know that's what it is. But man, fucking makes me want to fucking steal shit. From how easy it is. Like, fuck. But what can you do? What can you do? Nothing really else has really been going on at work for the most part. Just stupid customers. Same thing. I can tell you about this one guy because he was flabbergasted. He couldn't. I don't know. Maybe his brain couldn't process it fully. That how our layaway. I think I've discussed this too on the podcast before. Is that our layaway process is you have 60 days to, you know, once you put down your minimum payment, you can make payments if you want, or just pay the full amount when you want to pick it up. 90 days if you get like, you know, cribs or mattresses, you know, like expensive baby shit. And it says there on the receipt that, hey, you return anything from your layaway if you cancel your layaway, or if your layaway expires and you want to get your refund, anything revolving around getting your money back gets put as store credit. So it's kind of like it's a gamble. If you know how to spend money correctly, you will get all of your items. If you do not know how to spend money correctly, you're stuck with a fucking gift card, and you will buy more of our stuff. And lo and behold, he was wondering why he was getting a gift card. I'm like, oh yeah, sorry sir, it's the company policy. I got no control over that. Sorry, man. And he just like stood there with a blank face with his hand on his hip. It's just, oh, like he's just, I can't believe this. Like, you know, like one of those old English people from like the fucking 1500s. My word. That's the kind of look he had. And he was bald too, so I'm like, fuck, I should have pictured him with one of those old, fuck, what do you call them? Those big old white wigs that like George Washington shit used to have on. Just those big fucking wigs. My word, I don't get my money back. How dare you? I gave you my money. Yeah, hey, sorry, man. Store policy. Sorry. I guess. This is funny to me. Another guy too, same thing, Layaway. And this one fucked me up because a lot of people told me he's one of those regulars that always does layaways. This guy didn't have a fucking clue how a layaway process works. By that meaning, like, the process of getting your money back. Because he's one of those guys that has, like, a whole fucking little envelope. No shit. This guy literally had an envelope that had layaway written on it. A fuck ton of receipts. And he was trying to return a suit because he was like, oh, I'm better off just returning it because I don't want to pay hundreds of dollars to get it tailored and customed. And I'm like, okay. So by the time we did his return, we figured out that the jacket that he bought and the pants that he bought were from 2 different layaways. And he was asking me why was that, and I'm like I almost went stupid. I was about to be I don't know English. Huh? What? Huh? I think I got dumber from having to hear that. Why were these 2 on separate layaways? Because there's a $5 fee. And he didn't and for some reason his brain couldn't process why he had to give us $5. I'm like, the $5 fee is you pretty much giving us $5 to hold on to your shit for 2 months when it could be on the floor being sold. That's why we have the fee. For some reason, he couldn't wrap his brain around it. And then on top of that, because they're from 2 separate layaways, because usually when customers, like, you know, they ask about our layaway policy and I explain it to them, there are sometimes, you know, someone will put like 1 pair of shoes on a layaway, and I'll normally say, like, are you sure you want to do that because, you know, our $5 fee? So it's like, if you're putting on like 5 or 6 items, then that's understandable. But if you're putting on like 1 pair of shoes that are like $60, you're going to be pretty much paying $65 to put it on layaway. So you're spending $5 extra for a pair of shoes. So a lot of times if customers have like, you know, like 1 or 2 items, I'll tell them like, you know, I don't recommend it. You're welcome to do it, but like, I wouldn't recommend it because you're paying an extra $5 to hold on for 2 items for 2 months. But this is what this guy did. He just put on a suit jacket and a pair of pants on all of his layaways. So then, I guess from the 2 layaways, because I saw the 2 receipts, both receipts had a jacket and a pair of pants. So he's just like, why do I have to pay 2 $5 fees? I'm like, because this jacket and these pair of pants, they weren't on the same layaway. They were two separate layaways. And I was dumbfounded of why he couldn't understand that. But like later on, one of the Lost Provincia guys told me that like, oh yeah, he comes in here all the time. He's like one of those crazy people, and I'm like, what? And he was like, oh yeah, he invented the sun. He told me he invented the sunroof, and Ford took his idea. I'm like, what? I was like, I'm gonna fact check this. I want to see how crazy this guy is. From what I looked up, the original sunroof that was like, put out in cars. I don't remember what car manufacturer it was, but it was like 1903. That was 116 years ago. That guy was not that old. I mean, he was old, but he wasn't that fucking old. And we just started laughing. I'm like, yeah, this guy's crazy. No wonder why he didn't understand the $5 fees and shit like that. And why he was getting a gift card. That's why. He thought he made something 116 fucking years ago. That's why at this point, like, you find, like, this is one of the reasons why I don't have kids yet. Because some of these adults, there's people out there that are like, maybe 10, 25 years older than me. I don't want my kids being around those fucking people. I want those people to get old and die. I don't want my kids to be around that many stupid fucking people. But of course, at the same time, there's some dumb fucking millennials out there that are doing the dumbest shit in the world. I don't want my kids growing up around them either. Like, it's so crazy. It's so crazy. I think the last guy I think I can talk about is he was doing a return, and the receipt was like all fucked up because it was from like, what was it? January, February, March, April, May, June, July. It was like from July that he bought something, like July 15th. And again, you have 30 days. It even consistently repeats itself over the PA. It's like, don't like the item? Bring your item within 30 days with a receipt for a full refund. It's that easy. Style for everyone. Says that over the PA maybe every 10 minutes. Explains the layaway. It's that easy. But these fucking customers do not make it easy. RIP headphone users. But yeah, fucking, they think we're a fucking pawn shop. I swear to God, and I know it's not just my store. I wonder if like Walmart and like Ross and all these other, like Target, I wonder if they go through this exact same shit. Next time I go to fucking Walmart, I'm gonna ask the person in the return thing. But then again, the return area is like always so fucking busy. But if it's ever not busy, I'm gonna go to the return area and say like, hey, do you guys ever put up with this type of shit? Because we're not a fucking pawn shop, dude. I really need the money, man. Oh, well, sorry, man. You bought this back in July, It's August. It's been way past 30 days, sorry. Where's the store policy say that? Flipped the receipt, handed it back to him. And I said, and we also have a post, and I pointed. I was like, we have these posted on the registers, too. And, of course, each of the cashiers are also instructed to inform the customer that, oh, yeah, you have 30 days to return it for a full refund. After 30 days, it goes back on store credit. And it was like one shirt. It was like, bro, you bought this shirt back in July. And of course, it's always the same thing. I don't want... Well, I mean, with this guy, he wanted the money. But other times, they're like, listen, I don't want the money. I just want to exchange it. Sorry, man. But that's like they don't have the receipt or no proof of purchase. Because that's another thing a guy did. Was that I don't understand why people think just because the fact you have a fucking ticket means you can just return. Like, no, dude. A process has to go through. And like I said before, some of these people are like maybe 7, 10, maybe 20 years older than me. Like, dude, you fucking been on this earth longer than me. Stores have been around since fucking forever. You know you gotta have some type of fucking proof of purchase to do. Even if it's for just an exchange. Like, if you hand me fucking something, I can't just go beep boop bop, beep boop bop. Okay, let me force the register open. Ching! Alright, sir, here you go. Have a good one. Don't worry about the receipt. Have a good one. Like, no. Another guy fucking trying to return, like, some shit his fucking wife bought. You have a receipt? No. You paid with a credit card? No, it was cash. Did you leave your phone number? Oh, no, my wife don't do that. Sorry, man. What do you mean? The fuck you mean I mean? Get out! And, like, I love the fact, too, because, like, I don't know if they purposely, like, are being a smartass, or if they're just like, here. Because I'm like, oh, I need a proof of purchase to key into the computer. This dumbass fuck shows me the damn... He, like, looks down and, like, pulls the ticket from the shirt, saying, like, here's a ticket from your store. I'm like, oh, no, I mean, like, you know, like, a receipt, phone number, something to key into the register. I can't process a return without that. Even just to exchange, yeah, even to just exchange, return, and anything revolving around, like, you know, like any type of, like, refund you want to do, I need a proof of purchase to key into the computer. So there's nothing, like, dude, get the fuck out! Why are you arguing? Get out of here! The last one, this was a pretty good one. Because a buddy, a coworker of mine got involved too. Fuck, when was it? It was like some point last week where a lady was, you know, surprisingly enough, even though it's a discount retail store, people will actually wait outside and wait for the fucking store to open. So here's what this one lady tells me. I'm going in, and she... Like, when I was walking up to the store, she's, like, peeking inside and all that. And I was just like... Because normally the first set of doors, they leave it open so, like, employees can go in and, like, knock on the door for someone to come open it for them. And I didn't want her to do that. So I was just like, oh, man, we don't open until 9 o'clock. Because it was like 8:30. I was like, oh, yeah, we don't open until 9. And then, like, she just goes on and tells me, like... I don't know why everything has to come with a fucking story. I'm one of those people where it's like, hey, I'm doing this because this. Not like, oh, hey, yeah, my sister got molded by a dog yesterday, and, you know, my truck ran out of gas, and, you know, because I did this, I paid $14.17, so that's why I'm trying, like, I don't want to hear all that shit, dude. This lady goes on about how, she was in the fitting room the day before, like 7 o'clock, 6:30, and she had her money in her bra. She took her bra off to try on another bra, and I'm like, my first thought is, first of all, why are you trying on our bras? Like, it's mostly for, you know, sanitary reasons of why we tell customers, like, hey, you can't try on underwear. Because, you know, you want to try on underwear where some guy before you had crabs and shit scratching his balls and shit, trying on boxer shorts, and then puts it right back on the rack? No. So I'm like, why are you trying on underwear? You can't do that. I should have said that, but I didn't want any issues, especially in the that another reason why I like opening is because a lot of self-entitled fucking people come in the store. To be honest, that reminds me, it's another customer story I don't think I've told you guys about yet. The lady was just like, oh, I took my bra off and I was trying on a bra. and it didn't fit me. So, and I'm just standing by the door open. I'm just like, I just want to go in and have coffee before I have to clock in, bitch. Like, get to the point. That she was just like, oh, and I forgot the money, and it was like $75 in cash that it must have fell out of my bra, and I know it was that much because I also had $100 bill that I paid with the stuff that I did, but and I'm just like I don't fucking care. But then once she finished her story, and she was just like, do you think I can come in before anyone else, because it was like her and like 7 other people wait, and I'm just like. My first thought was, okay, you dropped $75 in cash in the fitting room around 7 o'clock. So between 7 and 10:30, there was just $75 in cash. Sorry, lady, that shit is gone. It is gone. 3.5 hours? You think someone's just gonna be like, oh, there's cash here, let me turn it in loss prevention? Hell no. Someone's gonna pocket that shit and fucking walk out with it. Oh, I don't need to buy this today. $75, baby. So I told her, I was like, I said, well, I can ask our loss prevention guy to go through the stalls. And she's like, do you think you check the cameras? I'm like, we don't have cameras inside the changing rooms. It's only on the outside of it. So he checked. He was like, no. And when I told him, he just started fucking laughing. And I was like, dude, he was like, man, that's gone. I'm like, I know. I was like, do you mind just doing it just so it's like, hey, we looked. He was just like, yeah, I'll do it real quick. So I opened the store, and she's like, well? And I was like, oh, no. I was like, no. He was like, no, it's cleaned out. And she was just like, well, what could have happened to it? And I'm like, what the fuck do you mean what could have happened to it? Someone pocketed the shit and walked out. You dummy. Or probably used it to pay for their shit. I mean, do you have cleaning people here? I'm like, not at night. We only have cleaning people early in the morning. It had to be one of those cleaning people. And I'm like, all right, let's, I started getting racist vibes coming from her, the way she said cleaning people. Because, like, we also had cleaning people, like, walking around. She was, like, mean-mugging them and shit. That's probably why I was cleaning people. I'm like, we don't have cleaning people at night. I was like, the only people that would be going in the fitting room between 7 and 10:30 would most likely be customers. Because we only have, like, 1 employee in the fitting room at night. Did you search any of them? Like, no, we don't search. I mean, like, we checked them. I didn't, like, entertain this. So I was just like, no, we don't personally, like, pat people down and search people as they leave the store. And you sure you can't check the camera? And I'm like, oh my, like, no one's gonna walk out of the fitting room going 1, 2, 3. Like, no. So then she goes over to our loss prevention guys and, like, talks to them. And like, by the end of it, when they just explained pretty much the exact same thing I explained, so I'm like, yeah, it's one of those situations, 3.5 hours, anyone could have grabbed that money. I don't want to argue anymore. He's like, why the fuck are you staying here arguing with me then? Dumb broad. I wouldn't be surprised if that was just like an act, just so she can get in the store early, because she had to do a return, and she probably wanted to be the first person I wanted to, like, return something. That's probably what she was like, can I get in here before anybody else? So the last customer, and this is like I was annoyed, but I took it as a compliment. Normally when I ring, when I don't like to fucking ring because I'm a supervisor, supervisors should not be fucking ringing. There was this one lady I called over, and she was just sitting there having a conversation with someone else in the line. I'd keep pressing the fucking button. Please proceed to register 6. Please proceed to register 6. Next on 6. Comes over. I'm scanning up her stuff. She's still talking to the lady, like, behind, like, in the line and shit. She hands me the money. And how I am, and I always, especially, like, with money, because I know how my brain works, and sometimes I can be a little slow. You guys know this. There's some times, especially, like, if I'm counting money and stuff, I double check. Because, like, you know, it shows on the screen, you know, how much change to give back. And I'll be like, okay, 5, 10, 15, 25 cents. And then, like, you know, I count it as I collect it, and then I count it again. So if it's like $15, I'll be like, okay, 5, 10, 15, okay, 25 cents, okay, quarter. And then I'll be like, 5, 10, 15, 25 cents. So I did that twice, and I even counted it. And I was like, all right, man, your total 17 cents. She's like, whoa, 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 whoa. And I'm like, okay. Slowly grabs the bills from me. Folds them up neatly, like all facing up each other. She's like, see, this is what I'm about to tell you, young people. And I'm like, young people? Like, bitch, you're like 30. You're like my age. The fuck you mean, young? Like, I took it as a compliment, but at the same time, like, bitch, I'm your age. Like, you're not fucking older. Like, you have to make sure you count the money because... And then she just went on to this fucking mini story about, like, how bartenders don't really count the money. And then she's like, some guy got, like, $1,000. I'm like, how the fuck do you miscount $1,000? So, yeah, he accidentally gave him $1,000 for change, and, you know, instead of his amount. So I'm just being... I don't think... And she must have been fucking stupid, too, because she couldn't tell the sarcasm in my voice. I was like, really? I was like, oh, okay. Like, so I just wanted to show you young people something. I'm like, bitch, no, you're my age. I'm not like 15. I'm like, whatever. Like, bitch, I have no hair. I'm bald. I doubt you're older than me. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Get out of here. She probably felt so good about herself, too, when she got in the car. I educated a young person. Like, no, bitch. That's another reason why I don't like opening in the mornings, because I get people like that, or people that yell at me. Can you open another register? I gotta be in work in 20 minutes. Why the fuck did you choose to shop, dude? Shop on your day off or when you get off work, you fuck. But what the fuck can you do? Too many stupid fucking people on this earth. I'm going to Mars, guys. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to go to Mars. I can't deal with it anymore. Oh, God, I'm so congested in the morning. Ugh. Oh, man. I don't even know what the hell else is going on. Like, what else is going on? Fucking... Well, I tried to avoid political shit. You guys know me on that. Because the whole thing's just... Look... It's the government. You know, what can you do? Just go vote. That's pretty much sums it up. If you don't like what you see, just go vote. You know what I mean? And I'm not really going to cover too much of it because last thing I want is to give, you know, shitheads like that exposure, but like, where the fuck are people getting these goddamn fucking guns at, man? And how come all these fucking how come something's always mentally wrong with this person? Again, the last 2 shootings. Mentally unstable? Why the fuck are you just handing out guns like fucking pamphlets then? You know, I saw something on Twitter too that fucked me up. Bulletproof backpacks. That just fucked my whole day up. I was like, you know, I'm not doing nothing today. I'm going to sit in a dark room and think about my life. I went to go home and rethink my life. Like that whole... And it was like $120. I looked it up. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? But that's how it is, man. That's what a lot of these politicians were talking about, saying, like, you know, hey, we don't want this shit to become the norm. It's the fucking norm. It's like, hey, you want to protect your kids? You know, hey, spend some extra money. Get them a bullet-resistant backpack. That's got Buzz Lightyear on it. What the fuck, man? That's just dumb. It's gonna become the norm. I hate to, you know, I'm not like wishing it, but fuck, man, it's becoming the norm. And it's like, that's something that like we should not accept at all. Like, you know, adults I can understand one thing, but fuck, man, you got kids walking around with fucking M4s and shit, man. Lock your shit up. You could be, you know, Second Amendment, you know, I'm all about, you know, owning a gun and shit, because, you know, you want to protect, you know, your home, you want to protect your family, but man, keep them away from these fucking kids. Don't have fucking 18-year-olds walking around with fucking M9s and shit, or whatever fuck, you know. The last guy had an AK. That fucked me up. I was like, wait, aren't AKs illegal? And like, no, full auto is illegal, but single shot, no. I'm like, fuck! I can already see now conspiracy theorists are going to be like, an AK-47, it was Russian mind control. Because an AK-47 is technically a Russian-made gun, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I believe the Soviet army used AK-47s a lot. What can you do, man? Just get out and fucking vote. Just get out and vote. That's how I wrap this little segment up. Just get out and vote. If you don't like what the fuck is going on, dude, just fucking vote. It's the only way we can do stuff. It sucks that's the only way we can fucking do it. If you do it any other way, you'll get locked up or killed. Speaking of getting locked up, what happened to the Area 51 memes? What happened? There were so many of them, and they were so funny. Then it just died. Like, it could either be one or two things, is that they just said fuck it and gave up, or it's the calm before the storm. What was it at, like 2 million people? I think it was like 2 million people. It's 250,000. I think it was like 1 million now, wasn't it? I think it was. I'm trying to find it. Oh, I think I found it. I think I found the event. Oh wow, is it not available? Hold on. Raid Area 51. Oh, can I not find it? Damn, I cannot find the event. The only thing I can find is the Area 51 raid is fake, and that's a page. Okay. Do you have any history of mental illness in your family? I have an uncle who tried to storm Area 51 to have sex with aliens. Oh, that's a pretty good one. And then like a lot of memes came out. It was like Chuck Norris, Keanu Reeves, and shit were supposed to be in it, saying let's go get those aliens. I mean, I'm pretty sure those were fake, but I think it said it was like over 1 million people were signing up to do it. I'll have to look for the page later. I just think that's just funny. They can't stop all of us. Naruto run. Oh, fuck. That's great shit, man. I think it's all just a joke for the sake of memes. I think that's what it is. You guys seen the interview with the guy too? If you just look up on YouTube like Area 51 interview, I'm pretty sure it'll come up. Like, they're actually, hey, can you show us the Naruto run? Yeah, it goes like this. And he almost fucked up, tripped himself up at the end. Like, no, that's not how you Naruto run. But man, the memes have been so good. Like the Kyles and shit. Like they all just joined forces to raid Area 51 to clap them cheeks. Shit like that just makes me like. I doubt anyone's gonna show up. It's probably just gonna be like a party because I think there's like a bar that's near Area 51 or a few like a couple 100 miles away. It's probably just gonna be a party thing. There's probably going to be, like, you know, some post saying, hey, who's ready to raid? Or some people are probably going to actually go to Area 51, take pictures, and be like, hey, I'm here. Who else is here? You know, that type of shit. I'm pretty sure. I wouldn't be surprised at all. But, man, I'm super excited for August, man. I got emotes coming up. I've been on a wait list since... since early June. I have this artist that's making emotes for me that I commissioned her. She's gonna get started on mine sometime this month. I'm on a wait list. That's tasty water. I have to drink water because I ran out of coffee. Normally I like to drink coffee while I do the podcast, but I don't have any more. I'm making tea though, but this will be over before the tea's done being made. It gets cold. What can you do? But man, I did a podcast too with a friend of mine named Levy, but he's also known as Fear Step. I did a video podcast. I haven't even done that. I've been debating if I even wanted to do a video podcast, but half the times I look like shit. And I don't know, audio just seems way easier. I mean, for me specifically, it's way easier to just record audio and then posting it, because the audio is way easier to post on YouTube than it is video. Because then you got to get the right resolution. And yeah, I did a video podcast with. He asked me some good questions, man. He didn't hold back. He was pulling in the punches, and I was like, whew, 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 just guiding his fist over away from my face. Yeah, man, he was pulling the punches. I'll link that around once he's done editing it, because we talked for like a good almost 2 hours. So I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a lot of editing he's gonna have to do. But my freaking upstairs neighbors, man, they have like the loudest fucking kids on planet Earth. I mean, probably not, but I mean, all I know, like, I haven't like met them yet, but I know there's like a guy up there. But we were having issues with water coming from our ceiling a few weeks ago, and when it was getting fixed, one of the maintenance guys I was talking to, because he wanted to check to see if it was like the toilet upstairs and stuff like that. It was just really just one of the pipes above us that was just getting old. But when he went up there, he was just like, or the last time we called him because it started leaking again, he was like, "No, I didn't see any problems." I was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, well, "What do you think could have been the cause of like water coming down after it was already fixed?" He was like, "No, I mean, it's a guy with a bunch of kids up there, and you know, most likely, you know how kids are, like when they're taking a bath, they're splashing everywhere and stuff." I'm like, "Yeah." He said, like, "Well, with this building being old, most likely it could be water seeping through the wall, and then it comes down through your vent." And I was like, "Oh." He's like, "Has it been like, you know, consistent, or has it been kind of like every other day?" I was like, "Oh, it's kind of like maybe other day, maybe once every maybe a couple weeks." He was like, "Yeah, most likely that's why." And I'm like, and like for like the last couple of weeks, I've been like, how many fucking kids live up there? Because like we hear screaming, we hear babies crying, stomping, running. But not once have I seen any of those fucking kids, like, coming down from, like, the apartment. I mean, I doubt this guy's abusing his kids. I'm not saying that, but, like, I want to know how many fucking kids are up there, because, and Prisha can even tell you this, all I hear upstairs on an everyday basis is when I'm in the bathroom, I always hear water running. I always hear toilets flushing and banging. Don't, which I'm assuming is the kids running. And I swear to God, it's always more active at night. Like 11 o'clock, and I'm like, it's got to be like a single dad with like fucking like 3 or 4 kids, and the dad's probably not home at night because he's probably at work. So like one of the older kids is probably watching the other kids, and they're just fucking around. Like, Neighbors have been kind of hit and miss, because like we've been in this apartment for like almost 5 years, and I mean, we've had a couple neighbors that have been pretty cool and tamed. Mostly it's been like when it's a family that has like kids, they're loud as fuck. Last decent neighbors we had was like a couple with like an infant, and they were pretty quiet. Now the neighbors across from us, man, fuck them. I'm glad they fucking moved. And they just skipped out on paying their fucking rent. But there's some drama going on next with the apartment across from us. Like even Prisha, like when she's at home, she'll hear like, you know, a fucking kid like yelling at their mom and shit like that. It's like one of those spoiled kids. It's like, fuck you, mom, don't talk to me. And I can tell they got fucking money because they got like one of those fucking those little Amazon doorbells. They're like, if you have like an Echo or whatever, you can like see who's at your door and shit. It's a little doorbell with the camera, and they got a fucking combination lock on their fucking door. You gotta hit numbers and shit before you can turn the key on the damn door. I'm like, yeah, they got fucking money. They either got money or they got a fucking meth lab in there. Like, who would have an apartment like that fucking on lockdown? They're doing something there. They're doing experiments. The government officials living across from me, watching my every move. Oh, man. But this is America. Don't catch you slipping. Don't catch you slipping up. But I got a ton of stuff to do. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with me this morning. Because I got some tea I want to fix. Because I want it to get nice and cold and drink it. But I got a lot of editing and stuff to do today. It's so much work. And then I'm going to be working like 6 days fucking back to back. And it's like mostly morning shifts. And I hate mornings. I like to sleep in, man. I'm a closer. But I'm going to enjoy this last day of peace for my 6 days of hell. That I appreciate you guys listening, and you know, hey, hit that like button if you enjoyed it, hit that subscribe button, and ring a ding ding that bell so you can catch all the episodes of this wonderful podcast. And I'll leave these all around the screen here. So if you love this podcast, you can check out more of my stuff. Until then, I will see you guys next time.